I asked you, where does the Quran affirm the 27-book New Testament? You agreed with me that the Quranic gospel is only what Jesus was given and what Jesus taught. But your Islamic dilemma, the first premise is the Quran affirms the divine inspiration, divine authority, and preservation of the New Testament. And if you claim with your dilemma that the Quran affirms the New Testament, the burden of proof is on you to show that the Quran confirms the 27-book New Testament. Your answer to the burden of proof that you have was to ask me a question. I'm very happy for you that you think Fakhruddin Razi affirms that the scriptures can't be corrupted. You can take your Islamic dilemma and give it to Razi. You can give it to Ibn Qayyim. You can give it to whoever else you've cited. You can give it to Bukhari. Now, the problem with giving it to Bukhari is Bukhari also quotes a hadith from Ibn Abbas, where Ibn Abbas says that Allah has told you that the Ahlul Kitab, the Jews and Christians, changed their scripture and distorted it and wrote the scripture, the kitab, with their own hand.
You misquoted Ibn Abbas. I just read you.
It does say that.
No, it doesn't.
You are reading something else from what I'm reading.
Oh, I know the hadith where it says, why do you go and ask them?
Yes, it said they exchanged. It said they changed and altered the kitab.
Who's they? Did you hear the quotation I gave you from Matt Whittingham? You want me to read it again?
I'm reading a hadith. Can I show the hadith?
Sure, and I'm going to show you the response to it, but you didn't listen to it.
Again, but the point is that Bukhari himself is citing different opinions of Ibn Abbas, and actually, the source you quoted, Whittingham, says right at the beginning of the paragraph that there is material that asserts textual corruption. So here's the thing: you can take your Islamic dilemma and you can take it to somebody like Razi, because he agrees with your premise. But what I will not accept is when you say Ibn Kathir is wrong because he doesn't follow the Quran, but apparently the Quran is whatever you, Sam, say the Quran means. So that's basically what you're doing. You're presupposing that your reading of the Quran is right, but I dispute that.
We are going on tangents now. Can we get to the issue?
We are, but I think it's important to point out for the listeners as well that you and I disagree on what the Quran means. You and we disagree, and that's okay.
Sure.
But for your dilemma to work, I'm the first wall. So if you want to get past the first wall, right, you have to convince me without appealing to any exegete. You have to convince me based on critical Quranic studies scholarship that the Quran affirms the New Testament. That's what you're going to have to do.
Can I get to it without you repeating the same point? Because I was trying to get to it.
I'm not repeating, but let me continue. So the burden of proof to affirm the New Testament in the Quranic view is on the person making the claim, which is you. Now, I'm going to say this again.
Get to it.
Walid Saleh, who I quoted on my slide, says that the academic consensus on the Quran is that it asserts the textual corruption of prior revelations. That's Walid Saleh speaking for a lot of scholars. And if you're interested, Sidney Griffith. Know Sidney Griffith? You cited him before.
And you're filibustering and you're killing time. Can we get to the issue? Didn't he say that one possible plausible interpretation is that the Quran does confirm the New Testament? It's just been misinterpreted. Wasn't that one of the points, even though he doesn't hold to that point when he brought it up on his slide? So here you want to have your cake and eat it too again. You're first telling us.
I don't.
Well, he was giving different options.
That's not straw man, Sam. If I give 3 options and I say I believe in option 1,
I'll just
you can't come and say, "Oh, you're contradicting yourself."
Yeah.
Let's do this instead of kind of going back and forth on this. Let's now talk about your positive case for Sam. Why you think that?
My article. Here is what I was trying to show, which. Again, because we went on 5,000 tangents and he never addressed it. So I'm going to try it again. Here's the positive case. Please hear me out. I said that the Quran says it confirms what is with them. And here again, 566, 68. And I'm not going with the translation. Forget the translation. Had they followed the Torah and the gospel and what was revealed to them from their Lord, and then it says you have nothing unless you follow the Torah and the gospel and what was revealed to you, God revealed to you. This invites an historical inquiry. If I was going to follow the descriptive method, I want to now know what the Jews and Christians had at the time of this passage, because the passage is telling not you, Adnani, to read your view of what the Quran is saying, not saying. It's telling the Jews and the Christians, you have nothing to stand on unless you follow the Torah, the gospel, and all the revelation given to you. So now my question, which you didn't answer, and I'm still waiting for the answer. This 15 minutes, you didn't answer it. Historically, what did they have because not just the Torah and the gospel. You want to deny the gospel is the New Testament? Fine, I'll give you that. You want to deny the Torah is anything other than Moses? I'll even grant you that. But it's this part, Andani, what was revealed to them, not to you, to them. You have nothing unless you follow the old Torah and gospel, and that which God has revealed to you. So what was revealed to them? So who am I going to ask? I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to ask the Jews and Christians. What was revealed to you? By golly, even if you want to include the Apocrypha, I'll give you all that, man. I'll give you the pseudepigrapha. I'll give you Enoch. They still had the New Testament, and there's nothing in this passage that qualifies it. So could you answer the question, which I've been trying to get you to answer? Please explain to us non-Muslims, what was all the revelation that the Jews and Christians had at that time? At that time, tell us historically. Don't give us your theology. Go ahead.
Okay, so firstly, there are two options here. Well, actually, there's three. Number one, this could refer to past revelation of past prophets. Obviously, this is not referring to present revelation. I don't know any Jew and Christian claiming that they have new bishops receiving revelation in the 7th century. So it's not referring to revelation that's actually being given to different prophets at that time. Okay, so it's not that. So it can only either refer to a past revelation. For example, Jews and Christians have revelation from other prophets like Isaiah and Jeremiah and so on. So it can refer to that. Okay, it can also refer to the Quran, because parts of the Quran are sent down for Jews and Christians, right? Many verses begin with, "O people of the book." So there's a good portion of the Quran, including in Surah 5, verse 15, that Surah 5, verse 15 begins with, "O people of the book, O people of the Kitab." So that's an example of what has been sent down to the people of the Kitab within the Quran. And actually, many commentators believe that that phrase, "what has been revealed to you or to them from their Lord," refers to the Quran. A third option is that the phrase, "what was revealed to them," or "what is revealed to you from your Lord," that is a specification. So sometimes in Arabic, you have the word "and," the word "wow," and what follows that is not a third object. It's just a specification, a description of the other two objects that were mentioned. So the same verse, what says to Jesus, he will teach him the Kitab, the Hikmah, and the Torah and the Injil. The third wow, the third "and" in that verse is understood by many as a wow of specification. So in this case, then, it's just an additional description of the Torah and the Gospel. The other thing I would say is that Surah 5, which I know you guys are big fans of, Surah 5 is telling Jews and Christians to follow the law of the Torah and the Gospel. It's not telling them to follow the theology of the Torah and the gospel. Even the earlier verse, and I had a slide on this too, when it says judge, let the people of the gospel judge by what God has sent down therein, is talking about law.
Okay.
So the funny thing is, you guys don't even follow the law, right?
Okay.
So we have academic studies by Mohsen Goodarzi and by Holger Zelentin. Holger Zelentin has an entire book on this. The Quran is commanding Jews and Christians to follow the dietary laws and the penal laws. And the great irony of a Christian bringing these verses forward as an argument for the Christian's position is that you don't even follow the dietary laws that have been given to you in the Torah.
Because you changed it to chapter 5, which addressed you very beautifully. But let me go back.
Bringing these verses doesn't show that. Now, again, I'm going to repeat my request. Where in the Quran?
Because you made up 4 points. Can I address them? Then you can repeat your request.
Well, your address is so you're supposed to answer my question. Where does the Quran confirm the divine revelation, authority, and preservation of the 27 book New Testament? Where is it?
Yeah. Okay. Now let me put holes in your.
Which Muslim exegete actually affirmed the New Testament besides a modernist like Sayyid Ahmed?
Yes, you can. Please, brother, respect yourself. Let me address.
It's Danny. It's not.
And you step in, brother, because you're Jamal. You let this guy just filibuster talk over me. This is unprofessional.
My name is going to be mispronounced. I should correct it, right?
Okay.
I don't call you. I don't call you. All right. Everyone.
If you want to end it, let's end it because it's getting nowhere. Because you're letting him talk over me. I want to address this.
He actually muted himself. So we're good to go.
Good. Okay. Now, number one, I want you to notice the admission. He did admit that this can refer to the books like Isaiah and Daniel, which means it can refer to the New Testament. Thank you for that admission. Number two, your first point is a straw man. No one says that this is referring to revelation given at that time, meaning that they had prophets with revelation. It's obviously speaking of the revelation given in the past that's in their possession. Thirdly,